Alright, so right at the bat we have a LeBlanc ban. Should be answered by... Ooh, Ari on a red side ban is kind of interesting, considering both teams need to... Or on red side you need to ban Lucian and Wukong to prevent the first picks, which is very, very important. So Xayah banned away. RNG have been picking Kaisa into Xayah, but Gumayusi has been having standout performances on the pick, so understandably they take it away. T1 continues down, banning away Lucian. And RNG is probably looking for a first pick Galio here. T1 can counterpick, picking the Gwen away, and then they'll counterpick with Camille, and then they have Galio Camille combo. So T1 would probably get Gwen and Viego off of that. Renata band is kind of interesting. Could see some pick potential on the likes of a Nautilus or a Karma. Two picks that Renata looks to outscale. Wow, Gwen first pick. So T1 will have to be wary of a Galio pick. They could even potentially pick a Silas in response to this. And a lot of teams have either been looking for a outplay performance on Lee Sin or generally looking to scale with Viego. So we'll see what's up. No shot. No shot. We're just picking Jace like this. Jace is in such a horrible, horrible place in this meta. But if you outplay it, Ben is known to kind of throw it. But what a wow! Two very, very unexpected picks from T1 here in the Viego. So I'd be interested if owner will look to go under the Nocturne with something like a Volibear or a Lee Sin, or if we'll match the general level 6 with a Viego pick. And then I'd imagine we'll pick Galio. Yeah, pretty easy. Cut and dry. So let's see what T1 looks for. Probably in the mid lane against Silas before bans start coming through. Different picks like Zoe can kind of be a lane bully, but it's rough. There's not a lot of good matchups into the Galio. Because all the ones that you generally look for kind of get outpositioned. But oh my god. Have T1 picked any of these picks all tournament? How crazy is this? Back against the wall against Xiaohu's Galio that he looks so good on. Faker pulls out the Azir that he's quite known for. So we'll see what it's banned away. Both teams need a bot lane. So I'd imagine we'll see a Senna ban. Kaisa ban against Gala seems very fair. So Senna Ezreal opens up your possibilities. Look for scaling picks. Already a lot of pressure in the bot lane, so it's interesting that both teams have elected to go down this far. It reminds me of the first day's draft or the first game's draft and technically the second game's draft. Evil Geniuses versus T1. They're Evil Geniuses versus RNG. We could see picks like the Misfortune even come through, but we'd have to be worried about a Braum coming through. Kalissa's also a pretty big pick, and Gala has had a couple performances on the Tristana. So, especially because you need to pick 4 and 5 at the same time, Tristana Rel could be a very big possibility for RNG squad. Senna banned away. I'd be interested if we blind pick something like a Nautilus here for Carrier, considering the Renata is banned. Whoa, Caitlyn opens up your possibilities massively. It's a lane bully into the Tristana, opens up picks like Lux and Morgana that Carrier has been known for. G2 in their first game against T1 in the Rebel stage was banning Caitlyn. So the Nautilus, the Renata ban cleared up. is going to be locked in here for Meng. I wonder what the answer is into this Caitlyn. Also wonder if Keria just fucking Morgana's here. Mask off, just Morgana. Honestly don't know who's going to be picked into this Caitlyn pick. If it's like a Jhin to sustain through the lane maybe. And then count on Gwen carrying the team fight. No, just the Tristana pick. Interesting that they don't Tristana row and they look to pick the Nautilus instead. But it also both teams kind of picked their entire team comps in order, as if they like were in this position and they couldn't trade picks. Very very fascinating, except for Gala and Ming obviously, but this should be some sort of like Morgana, but R5 is a really really valuable pick here for Keria. And sure enough, wow. A lot of insane picks from T1, but RNG is kind of drafting their bread and butter. So I'd be interested to see if Owner, not if Owner's comfortable in Nocturne, because Nocturne's pretty easy to play. But yeah, it would be interesting to see with so much global pressure that T1 has here in dominant lanes, to see if T1 falls behind any at all. It's going to be really, really rough. And RNG is probably going to snowball. The Tristana also has a lot of value with the Viego pick, considering you can blow up one single target and then get a reset for both champions. T1's ability to misstep in team fights is going to be really, really huge. So we need to play the game absolutely perfectly into one of the best early games in the world. So I'm a fan of RNG here. I think RNG will take this game. No cap.